Diligence, commitment, fortitude, and consistency. That's just a few of the things I've learned by being Muslim. Give me a minute, I will give you the rest of it very quickly. By waking up every morning, I'm not a morning person. By doing Fajr, that is what I have learned. By praying 5 times a day, stopping what I'm doing, giving gratefulness, thankfulness, praise. It's like meditating 5 times a day for me. It's changed my life. Tolerance. I've learned to tolerate things that I would never thought that I would tolerate. People of different faith or somebody that says something that is nasty. I just recognize it now as they're just not as far along or that they have unhealed trauma, and I move on with my day. When before I took it extremely personally. Appreciation for our Earth, for our planet Earth. Reading the Quran has shown me a new way to accept and to be a part of the solution, not part of the problem. I don't kill bees. There's a whole chapter on bees, chapter 16 in the Surah that discusses how important they are. It's not just the bees. It's a lot of things that work in our ecosystem, and being a conservationist was extraordinarily important to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and all of a sudden it's important to me as well. So appreciation and protection of my surroundings. Being Muslim supports, or Islam supports a very healthy lifestyle. Let's discuss pork, for instance. Everybody's like, you're from Texas, how do you not eat bacon? Well, I eat turkey bacon. But I haven't had pork in 5 years. This was a very simple thing for me, personally, even being from Texas, and that is because scientific research has shown that swine, pigs, are sentient beings. That means that they understand when their young are being taken from them, and they grieve them. They grieve that process. They can learn a language in 6 months, any language. So they know when you're discussing their demise. I can't eat something like that. And let's even skip the part of the Quran that it says not to eat pork. I'll throw something else at you. There's microbial worms inside of pork, and it doesn't matter how much you cook it. The eggs live on. And if you look up the research, there's many, many, many people that have worms in their body, worms in their brain that has caused their death, all from eating pork. Also, the fact that our diets are so important to us from the Quran, it's important that things are halal. And like I said, skip what the Quran says about halal. Let's discuss the fact that if it's not halal, that meat that you are consuming is full of fear. When something is about to die, including a human, what does their body secrete? Their body secretes a fear hormone, endorphins, elevated everything, stress levels. This all ends up in the blood of an animal that later you are consuming. By having halal meat, they are treated with so much kindness in the way that they are killed and the blood is drained. Ensures that we aren't consuming these hormones. Now, is that the problem in countries that aren't surrounded with halal meat as far as their children, especially females, developing younger? Probably so. Also the added hormones in other countries to, stock up their beef, their swine, their chickens. They don't do that in other countries, but it's very much against Islam to do this. So our meat is clean, and it's clean of that fear hormone. We're not consuming that. Exercise. We are taught to take care of our bodies, to include, I got this when I was a Christian. I have many. But that also is just, leaving this earth the same way that you came, which is the same thing that we learned as Baptist Christian or Presbyterian or any of that. But really what it was the fact that needles actually introduce things into our bodies that shouldn't be. That could be AIDS, that could be hepatitis, that could be many things. We don't know where that needle has been. We don't know if it's been cleaned. We don't know. So it's introducing foreign disease into our bodies. And this brings me to the next thing, cleanliness. Cleanliness. Now, we do wudu 5 times a day, sometimes more. I have a lot of ignorant comments that come to me, and they're like, ooh, are evil spirits still in your nose and your ears? Listen to me. It doesn't matter how the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, got the point across. The point is that most disease is gotten through breathing, our mouths and our nose, open orifices, even our eyes. It's amazing to me that 1,400 years ago that it was taught to us to wash our hands, wash our feet, because we've been walking around all day. And by the way, Americans wear their shoes in their house. That stopped for me over 5 years ago. But point being, with wudu, we are washing off any bacteria that we've gotten throughout the day. If you'll notice, during COVID, everyone was wearing a mask. What did that mask cover? It covered their mouth and it covered their nose. Things that us Muslims make sure we get water up the nose 3 times, we get water in the mouth, we swish it around, we get our ears, we get our face, we get our hair, our neck, we get our hands, we get our feet. We get anything that might come close to our, might be ingested into our system that might cause us to be sick, yeah? And the final thing that a lot of people have problems with, and that they don't want to become Muslim because of this one thing, and that is the consumption of alcohol. Now listen, I am a Texas girl, and I like a glass of wine every now and then. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a saint. I'm not perfect. But understand that alcohol intoxication is actually your brain responding to a poison that you have introduced into it. Being drunk is your body's response, your brain's response to trying to get that poison out of your system. So, alcohol is not healthy for you. It's anything that's not healthy for you is against the Muslim faith. And so it wasn't hard for me. It's not hard for me. I may have a glass of wine twice a year, but I make sure that I'm not going to get drunk. It's still wrong. It's still wrong. But again, I'm not a saint. But this is the reason behind it being not okay as a Muslim to drink. It is a toxin. It is bad for you. It causes liver disease. It causes kidney malfunction. It causes divorce. It causes all kinds of things. It causes dependence. Anything that's addictive is against the Muslim faith. I had to redo it because I actually said the word that I'm fixing to cover up. Okay, so finally, we do not condone multiple partners. We do not condone schmicks outside of marriage. We don't do this, I think, more as not just diseases spread back in the day. It goes farther than that. Scientists have proven that the more partners you have, the more trouble you have pair bonding. And pair bonding is the most important thing for a lasting marriage to work. And of course, if you have children, you want that marriage. You want them to have a mother and a father. So pair bonding is extremely important. So multiple partners, out of the question. I can hear the comments coming on that one already. I'm ready for them though. So basically, Islam promotes a healthy lifestyle, love, consistency, devotion, and handling your business, taking care of your family, taking care of your mother, your father, your wife, your husband, your children. Salam. Have a beautiful day. And don't kill any more bees. They're important. The earth wouldn't exist without them.